Welcome to the Kickoff for College Virtual Scholarship Fair. My name is Dr. Dave Miles, and I will be your host for this evening. And I am very excited about this scholarship fair today. I think we got some great scholarship folks that are here, and I think we're really excited to show you what we have to offer. So with that, I wanted to highlight the people that made this happen, our organizers. And so with that, I want to turn the floor over to our main organizer, Sarah Landrum with DuPont Community Credit Union. Sarah, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, thank you, Dave. It is such a pleasure to be here with everyone this evening. We have been so excited about this event, and we are hoping that you will be able to get a lot of information this evening. At DCCU, we believe in the importance of higher education, and we also know how confusing sometimes the process can be and how expensive college can be. So we have designed this event especially for you to help you learn about the college process, as well as helping you understand about scholarship offerings in the local community. I would first of all like to thank our partners this evening, as well as the students. If it was not for you all, we wouldn't be here, so thank you. And I would like to say a special thanks to the Community Foundation of Central Blue Ridge. They are the co-organizer with us this evening. Without them, this would not be possible. They are such an active organization in our community. They are active, they are present, and they provide so much support to our schools. And I also would like to say thank you to Kim Wood from Waynesboro High School, as well as Blue Ridge Community College. She has just been very instrumental in helping us to get people to be on the call with us, trying to arrange guest speakers. And she's been doing all of this as well as performing her role at school, and especially in such a unique environment that we're in. So thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Kim, for your work. I appreciate it. And then also thank you to Dr. Dave Miles. He has been so helpful. He's done so much work behind the scenes. He is our facilitator this evening, an expert in Zoom. I would not have even thought about hosting a meeting this large on Zoom, so we greatly appreciate his expertise. And then the last thing before I turn it over to Miriam is I do want to talk about the iPad drawing. Hopefully everybody knows, if you are on the call this evening, you will be entered into an iPad drawing. We will probably draw tomorrow morning. So good luck, everyone, and thank you again for being here.
All righty, thanks, Sarah. And we're going to now turn it over to Miriam Burrows with speaking about the Community Foundation. We'll turn it over to Miriam for the Community Foundation of Central Blue Ridge. So, Miriam, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Miles. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for having us. My name is Miriam Burrows. I am the Director of Communications for the Community Foundation, and I help to run our scholarship program. A community foundation exists to serve the needs of its residents, of its community. We accept charitable donations and gifts and reinvest those gifts back into our local community, which is you. And we get to invest in you through our scholarship program. We have scholarships for high school graduates and adults. We've committed scholarships for summer training programs, and even in one instance for a preschool education for a hearing-abled child of 2 hearing-disabled parents. Some of our scholarships go to the students who are first in their class, and some go to the student that works their butt off and is proud to be 75th in his class. You are our community, and we believe in all of you. Community foundations support and serve specific geographic locations. So the Community Foundation of Central Blue Ridge serves Stanton, Waynesboro, and the counties of Augusta, Highland, and Nelson in Virginia. And if you aren't in that footprint, you can come see me in my breakout room and I'll point you toward your community foundation. We have more than 65 scholarship opportunities for just our local students in that area. We will give away more than $130,000 this year in scholarship awards to you. And now, some upbeat music and a montage of just a few of our recipients from last year. So hopefully some of you recognized some of your friends there. This is our website. This is where you will apply to our scholarship program. You go to www.cfcbr.org, click on scholarships, click on apply now. You can come visit me in my break room after the wonderful and informative presentations about FAFSAs and college applications and community colleges. But if you don't make it to the breakout room, I want to leave you with a few pieces of advice. Start your applications now and finish them early. You will likely need to nudge your teachers and your coaches and your counselors to turn in their referral letters in support of you. So give yourself nudging time. Fill out your FAFSA early and take your time with your essay questions. While knowledge of your GPA is important and receiving your FAFSA helps us determine financial need, the most critical thing you can share is your story. It's the only way we get to know who you are, and who you are matters. So take your time with you, please. And finally, I am here for you. Email me, call me. We all want you to succeed. We all want you to do well. We believe in you. So thank you all for showing up today, students and parents. And thank you, Dr. Miles, for running my presentation.
All right, thank you, Miriam. And let's go now to Kim Wood with Waynesboro High School and Blue Ridge Community College.
I am just going to speak really quickly. So everyone in the service area of Blue Ridge Community College and also Nelson County, which I know there are some Nelson folks on this call as well, those schools all have a career coach in your high school. So make sure that you are accessing that person, because they are an awesome resource for so many things, not just figuring out what you want to do with your life, but also applying to college, applying to technical school, scholarships. They are your link to your community college. They can help you through that entire process. Parents, don't be afraid to reach out and access them as well. They are a great resource for you. I want to give you a couple of tips right now that I tell all of my students. Start your applications now for college. Start them now. Try to set yourself a goal to finish them by December 1st, even if your application deadlines aren't until the spring. Then you can spend the month of December as well as the spring doing one scholarship application a week. And start with Community Foundation, because that knocks out a whole bunch of them all in one fell swoop. But if you set yourself up that way, you're not trying to stress and get things done all running around like a crazy person. It will make you feel so much better in the spring. My students that do set themselves up schedule like that tell me every year how much better things are going for them when they get to March and April. So set your calendar up to do that. I also want to say, parents out there, as a parent of a college student that went to college 2 years ago, she applied to all of these scholarships that you're going to hear about tonight and many others, local scholarships. And if it wouldn't have been for local scholarships, we would have gotten very little help financially. And it was tremendous and helpful, and truthfully, it has made our financial lives a lot happier. So I cannot emphasize enough the importance of these local scholarships and to apply for them. A lot of them come out as $500, $1,000. So a lot of my students will often say, oh, it's only this much or it's only that much. They add up quickly. They will help you. Every little cent counts. As I tell my students all the time, when's the last time you got paid for writing an essay? So, get out there, do the work. It will pay off. Thank you, Dr. Miles.
All right, thank you. And now we are going to go to, I would say, one of our most important parts here, and we're going to get into our scholarship organizations. It's hard to have a scholarship fair without people that are giving away scholarships. I'll just throw that out there. It is tough. So with that, we're going to go through our introductions. All of our scholarship organizations are going to give about 30 seconds to a minute to give an introduction. And the biggest thing is they're going to tell you, why should you come and visit them? I'm going to sell you on why you should visit their room. And now let me explain how this is going to work. We're going to open up breakout rooms, and every one of our organizations has a breakout room that you can go visit. The biggest thing that I need you to do as a participant is go ahead and tell me in the chat who you would like to visit first. It's simply first. And the reason I say that is this: once we open up the breakout rooms, you're going to go to that particular room first. After that, you'll have a couple of choices. If you happen to have the newest version of Zoom, on the very bottom of your screen, if you have a desktop or laptop, and you scroll underneath there, you'll see chat, you'll see you'll see chat, you'll see audio, you'll see video, and those types of things. You'll see a little button that pops up that says breakout rooms. You can click that button and you'll see all of the scholarship organizations, and you can choose which one you want to join, and you can go from room to room to room on your own. If you don't happen to have the newest version of Zoom, it's not a problem. Tell me in the chat who you want to visit first. We will get you in there. And when you're finished speaking, you're going to go visit another one. We're going to have this slide up. We're going to come back to this. All you have to do is the bottom right-hand corner, you have two buttons, blue button, red button. Blue button says leave breakout room. Other one says leave meeting. Preferably, unless you just don't really need the scholarship money or we're finished for the night, I would say go to leave breakout room. You'll come back here to the main room. When you come back, I'll ask you two questions. Who were you just speaking with, and who would you like to visit next? And I will send you another invite, and we will get you in, and you can visit as many as you would like. Hopefully all of them, if you can, and get some good information. You can pass along information in the chat. It's lots of great things to do. And then at the very end, we'll give you about a 10-minute warning. We'll bring everybody back in, and then they'll be able to draw for the iPad, and we'll give the conclusion right before 7 o'clock. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and let me know the organization that you would like to visit first in the chat. And we're now going to go to Laura Ballard with talk about filling out the FAFSA. Now, Laura is the GRASP advisor for Stewart's Draft High School. Laura was an elementary school guidance counselor for Augusta County Public Schools before beginning her second career as a full-time mother 19 years ago. Laura has taught high school age students in her church's Sunday school and has worked with students and staff at Wilson Memorial High School as an office assistant. As a graduate of Robert E. Lee High, Laura earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Radford University and her Master's in School Counseling from James Madison University. And with that, it is my pleasure to bring up Laura Ballard.
Hello, good to see you all here this evening. I have a slideshow that I'm just going to talk from. I think it will be the easiest way to share the information. So you can move on to the next one if you would. So this tells a little bit about GRASP, and we are an organization that is completely funded by donations. We're a charitable organization outside of Richmond, Virginia, and we happen to be in all the Augusta County schools in Stanton and Waynesboro, Nelson, and Highland. So hopefully that covers most of you all out there. We assist students with anything to do with financial aid, anything to do with scholarship search, and with just any other thing that we can help with the college search process. We work closely with the guidance counselors and the career coaches in your high schools. We also have two scholarships available. One is called the Last Dollar Scholarship, and it is available for students who meet with the GRASP advisor. They can apply for it. Our other scholarship is if you're going the community college route, and it's called the Community Pathway Scholarship. And I can talk a little bit about those in a little bit. This page here just sort of tells about who all's involved in GRASP. So the way that GRASP advisors work is you can make appointments with your GRASP advisor through the high school, through the guidance counselor. We're available for phone calls. We can text. We have Google Voice numbers that you can reach us on, for video calls, as well as meeting in person if you are comfortable with that in the high school. So some of the things that you need to keep in mind when you're working on financial aid is you want to look at all the college websites for the schools you're interested in. Make sure you're familiar with their scholarship deadlines. priority filing dates for financial aid, application dates. Some of the schools will have scholarships that you have to apply for them separately than just applying to the school or filing the FAFSA. So just be familiar with those dates and deadlines. I would encourage everyone to file the FAFSA regardless of whether you feel like you have financial need. There are many reasons, other reasons to file the FAFSA, including some scholarship applications will ask for FAFSA information. If you find yourself in a situation where your financial needs have changed during the school year, if you've already filed the FAFSA, you will have already essentially applied for a loan if you find yourself in that situation. And so I encourage you to meet with all the resources available to you, your high school guidance counselor, your career coach, and your GRASP advisor. This screen shows the opportunities book. This is last year's book. The new one out for 2020, 2021 is also available. It does have limited information, probably partly because the schools, all the colleges kind of had some trouble at the end getting their data out since most schools went virtual. So if your school would have access to last year's book as well, and there's a little bit more helpful information if you have both of them available to you. So some of the things that you can do now, whether you're a junior or a senior, is you can look on college websites and work on their net price calculators. All colleges are required to have that. And what it'll help you do is figure out not just tuition and room and board, but what your cost of attendance is expected to be based on all fees and costs associated with going to college. You can get on the FAFSA website and estimate your award. Find out what your student aid eligibility is and just become familiar with it. Although the FAFSA is available now for students who are starting in 2020, 21. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next few minutes. So when I talk about the cost of attendance, that can include books, fees, room and board, tuition, personal expenses, transportation, all that. And so your college websites are going to have that information on their websites. And then the FAFSA, what it does is determines your demonstrated financial need by subtracting your expected family contribution from the cost of attendance. And the expected family contribution number can be kind of scary because sometimes it's a number that you're not able to write a check for. But it is a figure that is used by the FAFSA and the colleges to determine what financial aid you're actually eligible for. So like this slide says, choosing not to file it means that you're not going to be considered for government loans, for work study at the colleges, and for some of the free money or grants that the colleges offer. Most of them do require the FAFSA to be completed. So basically there's 5 main steps. And the first one is you need an FSA ID. That is a username and password that you use in order to start a FAFSA, to log on and off, make corrections, and to sign the FAFSA. Your parent, one of your parents, also needs an FSA ID simply to sign the FAFSA. But when you start a FAFSA at FAFSA.gov, you will use your own student FSA ID to start the FAFSA. If the parent uses theirs, then the FAFSA will think they are the student. So make sure that you only log on and start a FAFSA with the student username and password. And you can see there under File Online, the website, and it was available for next school year on October 1st. So also what you'll be able to do on the FAFSA is you'll immediately get a student aid report when the FAFSA is submitted. It will tell you a few things. It will tell you if you've completed it correctly. It will tell you your EFC, your expected family contribution. And then there's a little highlighted box sort of midway down on the right that says expand all. If you click on that, it will tell you if you're eligible for any of the Pell Grant, which is the federal grant money that you don't pay back. So, and if you have trouble finding any of that, your GRASP advisor at your high school can help with that. You'll need to make sure that you respond to any emails that you receive from FAFSA or from the colleges that you've applied to, because they may require additional documentation. Okay, you'll also expect to receive an award letter from your colleges that you have been offered admission to and that have received a FAFSA from you. It may happen on a rolling basis depending on the school, meaning whenever you get the information to them, they will get back to you as it comes in. Some of the schools send them all out at a certain time of the year, say in March or April. But this is just an example of what one could look like if you are offered a federal student loan, whether it's what part is subsidized, which means it's subsidized by the government, and which part is not subsidized. If you're eligible for work study, if you're eligible for the federal Pell Grant, it will be on here, as well as any state or institutional grants, which are school grants. Some schools also require additional forms for financial aid applications, such as the CSS profile. Schools such as William & Mary, U of R, Washington and Lee, and University of Virginia definitely do. So you'll need to check the websites of the colleges you're applying to. If you look at the financial aid /scholarship link, it should tell you on there. Some colleges have their own specific scholarship applications completely separate from financial aid applications. So you'll need to just be familiar with that. And be sure and check due dates and keep a calendar somewhere. I've known students that have kept like a, kind of a Google Sheets or something that shows all their deadlines and where it has to go, due dates and all that. It can get kind of complicated when you're applying to several schools. The community college transfer program is an awesome way to go about your education. You can get 2 years at the community college, and a lot of students take care of their requirements, just the basic requirements, and then they go on to a 4-year school to get their bachelor's degree. You can get information at the website on here for transfer programs, whether it's the transfer grant or the guaranteed admissions agreement. And then GRASP has a specific scholarship called the Community Pathway Scholarship, which would award $1,000 to the student for their 2 years at the community college, and then they would be eligible for $3,000, maybe more, at the 4-year college level. And this slide just tells a little bit about Virginia's only junior college, which is associated with William & Mary. Their tuition and board is a little lower than what you see at a lot of the 4-year colleges, but because it is a school that boards students, it is going to be a little higher than any of the community colleges. Can we go back to the fee waivers real quickly? Those are really important. If you are eligible for a free or reduced lunch, you would be eligible for a fee waiver for the SAT, so that you would not have to pay that fee. And also, sometimes the colleges will waive your application fee if you are eligible. Some schools will waive your application fee if you apply online or apply early. So be sure and check with your guidance counselor. That's who you need to speak to about a fee waiver. The Virginia Wizard has a really great website with all kinds of information. College Search, if you're looking for a college that offers a certain major, they're a great website to go on, transfer information, college cost calculators, and just exploring careers all the way around. It's a great website to use, not just for seniors, but for any level in high school. Okay, we talked about with fee waivers, so we can go on to the next slide. Thank you. So if you're borrowing money for college, and the federal loan system is a great system, there are many benefits to that. You do have to file the FAFSA to qualify for a federal student loan. And there in the red box, you'll see, and parent loans. A parent loan through the federal government is called a Parent Plus loan. And there are benefits to that are offered to students or to parents that they can't get at any other type of lending institution. They do have fixed interest rates. It changes every year. Last year, the rate was 4.5%. This year, it's 2.75. So it does fluctuate a little bit, but it's typically a very low rate that you won't be able to match elsewhere. And repayment is almost always deferred until the student leaves school, whether you just discontinue your education or whether you've graduated. If you continue on, say through graduate school, your loans will be deferred. And you don't have to have good credit standing, and neither do your parents, to apply for a student loan, because it is just for the student. And parent loan standing or credit does not affect the fact that you will be qualify for a loan. Okay, and not all careers require a 4-year degree or a 2-year. There are tech schools, apprenticeships, the military. We have wonderful certificate programs at the community colleges. So it's important to understand the cost of the education and the career that you want to go into. And the best route may not always be 4 years of college. So I would encourage you to see your career coach or your guidance counselors. The career coaches, we're so lucky to have them in the area high schools because they have so much information to help with all areas of career search and how to get there. That wraps it up, and I'm going to be in one of the break-off rooms. If you have questions, I'm happy to help you, as well as whatever school you're in. If you have a GRASP advisor, we're definitely here to help you. Calls, phone calls, video chats, in-person meeting, whatever works for you all. Thank you.
All righty, thanks, Laura. And next, we're going to go to Kristen Lasry. And Kristen is the Director of Recruitment at Mary Baldwin University. She graduated from Mary Baldwin, went on to work at several different fields, including social work, medical school admissions, and marketing for a healthcare research firm. She returned to Mary Baldwin in 2017 as the Associate Director of Admissions. Kristen resides in Stanton with her husband, Tariq, and her 2 young children, Eleanor and Teddy. And with that, Kristen, the floor is yours.
Hi, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to be joining you all, and I want to commend you. Man, it's been a tough year and one with tons of challenges. And so, of course, the admissions college process is one with challenges every year, and this year it's just an extra added element. So I commend you for taking the first step this evening and learning about the application process, understanding what scholarships are out there. So thrilled to talk to you for about 10 to 15 minutes about the college application process. I did not put together a PowerPoint presentation on purpose, and that is because it's going to look a little bit different depending on which colleges you're applying for. But I thought there were some basic things that we could talk through that would kind of lift the veil and make you feel a little bit more comfortable about the process. And so just to start off, whenever we enter any process or applications like this, I would recommend sitting down as a family and listing out your priorities. What are the needs? What are the wants? and really talk through it together before you even begin the search process and the application process. Think about things like proximity to home. Do you want to be close to home? Do you want to be far away? What size school do you want to look for? You know, how do I learn best? Is it in a small environment, or do I thrive in large classrooms? Think about what you want to study. You know, does the school have the right major for you? If you want to go into you know, health sciences, is that what the school has? And then think about even things outside of the classroom. What are the experiences you're going to get? Do you like the setting of the school itself? What about the sports teams? Do you like to go to big sports, NCAA sports, or do you like a small school feel? So think about all of those. And then obviously the most important is have that honest conversation about finances. What do you guys feel comfortable with? And making sure that you're really talking about that before you even begin the search process. So once you have identified what are those priorities for you, then looking up the schools. I think another benefit of this year is that we've really been forced to go virtually as we are tonight. And so some of that is making sure that we are keeping all of this information as up to date as possible on websites and reaching out to you virtually. So it allows you to have some of this back end research done that in other years you would have had to have reached out. So, you know, on the websites, look for whether they have a virtual visit that you can just see the school itself. You know, look for those things that you had listed out for your priorities. Do the schools have those? And then look up application requirements and of course, deadlines for the application and even deposit. Our application deadline is November 15th, but every application is going to be, deadline is going to be a little bit different. So once you've done a little bit of research, you have your listed priorities, what's next is the actual application. I know this can be a scary part, especially for us procrastinators, but remember, you know, we want you at our school. So we want to remove any barriers we can as much as possible and make sure that we're making it as easy for you as possible. Like I said, definitely reach out to each school and do your research to see process works, but for us, you can apply directly through our website and through our admissions page, and then through the Common App, and that will be similar to most schools as well. And then once you figure out how to apply, what are the different components? You know, I think it's much more streamlined than we think. You know, of course, it's the GPA we're looking at. The other thing you're going to think about is it tests, essays, and then fees. As far as tests, we have gone test optional. I think we're seeing the trend nationally is that schools are going test optional. I think this is another, once again, benefit of 2020. It was the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back that we realized that tests have some biases involved, and the GPA is really the best indicator for how a student's going to be doing in college and their success. So we're seeing more and more schools really looking at that GPA and the work that you've already put in. I think as Miriam has shared, here's how to share your story. I know a lot of us do this virtually and through TikTok and Instagram. You're already kind of creating these stories for you. So how do you bring that story to us in the college admissions process? And look for fees. We don't have a fee to our application, but see if other schools do and look into that. Once you've completed your application and sent that in, you'll be receiving your decision. There's 3 different types of decision. You have early action, which is a non-binding, binding. You have early decision, which is a binding decision, and then you have rolling decision. So we are rolling admissions decisions. We realize you guys are getting information at your fingertips, and we want to make sure you get that information to you as quickly as possible. So we have a 2-week turnaround at Mary Baldwin for your admissions decision. Once you've applied, you've received your decision, or it's really contacting your admissions counselors. We're here. Our whole job is to make sure that we're getting you the right information to make the decision to see if the school is the right fit for you. So let us know. Set up a tour. I know right now it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. We are doing private tours. So each, you know, we have two tour times, so 4 different tours a day that you get a private tour. But school has. I definitely think that by walking on campus, you'll be able to know whether it feels right. And then ask about additional scholarship opportunities. The more that your admissions counselor gets to know you, the more they're going to think of you when things come up. Maybe an alumni in March says, "Oh, I really want to donate some money to a scholarship for a student that's left-handed in Rockingham County." And so, if your admissions counselors knows you, they're going to think of you for this. So definitely get to know your admissions counselor. That's why we're all here, is to support you in this process. And once you've made your decision, now you have all your decisions from all the applications you filled out. You filled out the FAFSA, you understand the financial packages from each school. It's time to make your decision. And this is the fun part. You make your decision, you secure your housing, you find your roommate, you go to Target and get the stores, get everything you need in the store. I know my mom always made fun of me because I bought out Target when I went to college. So the fun is just around the corner. It's, like I said, a pretty streamlined process overall. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, but kind of, if I can leave you with anything, it's one, do your research. I think a lot of information you'll find right online. Reach out to your admissions counselors, get to know us, we get to know you, and make sure that we're ensuring that you find the right fit for you. So if you have any further questions, please see me in the breakout room, and I'd be happy to talk to you individually.
All right, thank you, Kristen. And now we're going to get to Natasha Butler with Blue Ridge Community College. Natasha's been with Blue Ridge Community College for 6 years, and she is currently the coordinator of outreach and enrollment services. And with that, Natasha, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining and giving me this opportunity. I also want to acknowledge that Susan Simmers is on the line as well, who was with our scholarships, so she'll be able to answer questions in the breakout room. What we're going to talk about is how can community college, perfect, thank you. How can community college save you money? As Kim Wood spoke earlier, we do have, there's the FAFSA, there are ways and there are grants that you can get with your four-year school. But here at Blue Ridge, what can we do? We're local. What can we do to help you guys and help any student, whether it's an adult or your high school seniors and juniors? If you look at the cost of attendance across the board, you're typically going to see with Blue Ridge, you're going to be living at home. So the cost of our credit hour currently right now is $178.80. So you could take up to, 12 credits and be paying $2,600 for a semester. If you look at some of your four-year schools, their credit hours can range between $500 up to $1,000 per credit hour, and you may have additional fees. As Kirsten initiated, that some schools don't have the application fee. We don't either. We are enrolling in admissions as well. When you're looking at how does it save me money? You could be living at home. When you're looking and thinking about how can I finance, one of the things students oftentimes say is this day and age, they have to work while they're in school. So they want to have these opportunities to say, how can I work, save money, and still be at home? When I'm attending Blue Ridge, I'm looking at, if I need to take part-time classes, I can go half-time and spend $1,500. It doesn't mean that I'm having to overextend myself possibly with loans and grants and other entities that may be involved. You also can look at a lot of our programs are shortened ones. As Laura indicated, I'm a big proponent of I do credit and non-credit. So there are also certificate programs that if you're looking, I just want to go straight to work within maybe 6 months to a year, you can look at some of the certificate programs, which could easily be paid. You can do that in under $1,500, and you can also receive financial aid for those programs as well. So I think that that's really important to look at. You're living locally, you're living at home, you're not having to pay room and board. Because let's be honest, if I want to go to JMU, that's great. And I think that's wonderful for the students that go to four-year schools. And in this area, some of those students have the opportunity to still live at home and do what they want, and still attend their school full time. But if I want to go to ODU, and some schools still have a requirement that their freshmen have to live on campus, or unless you're 21 or you're married. So then I'm having to pay over additional $4,000. For instance, at your cost per semester at Virginia Tech could be anywhere from $2,800 to $5,100 in addition to what you're already paying, let's say $5,000 a semester. So looking at your community college from that perspective and saying, I do that in 2 years, and how can I save more money on the front end and use the pathway programs like your college transfer programs? How do they lead me into this direction? Okay. And also with Blue Ridge, you also have your scholarship programs. Personal story, I am also a college, I'm a parent of a college student. I tell people hindsight is 20/20. I look at the cost that I paid for her to go to her 4-year. I wasn't working at Blue Ridge at the time, so I wasn't really familiar with what the money could save me. And the best example I always use, one of the ones I use the most, is what I was paying out of pocket, aside from her having loans and increased debt possibly, I could have paid off outright at Blue Ridge. Again, because you're looking at $2,000 worth a semester. We don't have additional fees. Some schools have additional online class fees, which don't carry over for us. Of course, in this day and age with COVID, a lot of people are already online, so that fee may not be comparable right now. But if you're looking at fall of 2021, when the hope is everyone is back on campus and being able to go online and go and see everybody in person, if you're at home or you're doing it remotely, why not do it locally and save the money and not pay the extra fees that you can do? I will be we do have some scholarships. I saw that was up. We do have some scholarships as well. We do scholarships within our school. We also have the broad-based scholarships. We also do them for college transfer. We do them for departments like nursing. There are a lot of students who decide they want to come into our nursing program. That's a great example. And then they look at later on, how can I go to my 4-year? And it's very similar to your college transfer program as well. Like was mentioned, we do have a deadline. So I tell people all the time, make sure you're looking at those deadlines. Our admissions does not have a deadline. It's rolling year round. We take students now, and we're even doing fall students who just started classes on Monday for us. So there's always that delay as well if students want to look at, if I want to try this or I want to take classes over the summer, how can I also get ahead? So also look at community college. If I go to my 4-year, look at how can we take classes over the summer that may be more cost effective. Again, from a parent's perspective, my daughter took her summer classes at Blue Ridge. She didn't take them at her 4-year school for her undergrad or her grad programs. And I wish you all the best of luck, and please join me in the breakout room. The contact information up is for my team for outreach and enrollment. We are here to assist you in any way we can from the beginning to the end. We can help with the financial aid. It is not our area of expertise. That's why Ms. Zimmers is on with me. However, we are here to help you with every step of the process, along with Ms. Woods and your career coaches at your other schools.
All right. Thank you very much, Natasha. Now, let's get into the introductions for all of our scholarship organizations. We will go ahead and start that. And as I call your name out, go ahead and please make sure, and like I said, go ahead with your introduction. Like I said, that they'll be doing 30 to 60 seconds on why you should go visit them. And while we go through this will also give you, if you've not told me who you want to visit first in the chat, please do so while we are going through the introductions. So with that, let me go ahead and start with Ashley from Old Dominion University.
Hi, thank you guys so much. My name is Ashley Rose from Old Dominion University. Good evening, everyone. I'm an admissions counselor. I'm also an alumni from ODU, so that's definitely one reason why you should come visit my breakout room, is because I have the knowledge of everything ODU. I went there for 4 years. It was an amazing school. I'm going to talk about scholarships. We'll talk about deadlines for applications, how to apply, and everything else that ODU has to offer. So I look forward to seeing you guys, and thank you again.
All right. Thanks, Ashley. All right. And next we have Susan with Blue Ridge Community College.
Hi, I'm Susan Simmers with Blue Ridge Community College. I want to talk to you about scholarship program. I'm the BRCC Scholarship Administrator, and we have about $400,000 that we'd like to offer our students to help them with their educational costs here at Blue Ridge. So come join me and learn how you can get some free money to help you realize your educational plans and your dreams.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Susan. All right, now next we have Shayna from Radford University. Shayna, you are up.
Hi, thank you for joining, everyone. I'm excited to connect with you. I'm one of the admissions counselors from Radford. I'll be in a breakout room, and I just want to be able to talk to you all about we're a mid-sized institution located in Southwest Virginia, and even though we are a four-year institution, I do want to talk to you all about our affordability. We offer over 100 majors, minors, and concentrations, as well as offer a lot of experiential learning aspects, and we do have scholarships that coincide. I think I was muted there, maybe I wasn't. But we're in Southwest Virginia. We have over 100 academic programs, including majors, minors, and concentrations, and I want to talk to you all about our affordability as a four-year institution, and we do have scholarships that coincide with our application process as well. So I'm all of your admissions counselors, so I'd love to connect with you.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Shayna. All right, and next we have Aaron with Longwood. You are up, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hey guys, my name is Aaron Sims. I am your admissions counselor from Longwood University. Definitely swing by my breakout room. We're going to talk about everything Longwood. We're going to talk about Farmville, Virginia, which is about maybe 2 hours away for some of you, maybe an hour and a half for some of you as well. We offer a number of programs and as well as a number of scholarship opportunities to help cut down on the cost of your education. So if you're looking for that small, tight-knit family feel with a lot of different traditions and fun activities that are occurring here on campus, definitely swing by the Longwood University breakout room.
All righty, thanks, Aaron. All right, next, we'll do it. Kristen again with Mary Baldwin University. All right, you are up. Tell us about your breakout room and your scholarships.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you. Good to hear from me again. So please come join me in the breakout room. We'll be talking about scholarships, including merit scholarships. So the work that you've already done is paying off, and inclusive of additional scholarships such as location, some local scholarships for being local students, and then some affinity scholarships. Are you an art student? Are you interested in the Honor Society? So we'll certainly talk through all the different opportunities at Mary Baldwin.
All righty, thanks. And now Shenandoah Valley Electric Co-op, you're up.
Yes, thank you for putting this on tonight. I'm Preston Knight from Shenandoah Valley Electric Cooperative with Public Relations Co-op. We offer 10 $1,000 scholarships to high school seniors, and basically the qualification is that you are served by the co-op. So if your parent or guardian is a member and that's your primary residence, you can apply for a co-op scholarship. So if you're not sure who your electric provider is and if you're on the co-op, that's okay. I can look it up for you as we speak tonight, actually. Otherwise, keep an eye out for our application. And again, it's 10 $1,000 scholarships. And we look forward to another good year of good applicants.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Preston. All right, next, Ms. Courtney with Greater Augusta Chamber of Commerce. You are up.
Thank you. Hi, Dr. Dave.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening. I am Courtney Thompson with the Greater Augusta Regional Chamber of Commerce. We serve Stanton, Waynesboro, and Augusta County, and we give away anywhere from 18 to 22 $1,000 scholarships to high school students graduating in Stanton, Augusta County, or Waynesboro. You can be going to any of the public or private schools here or be homeschooled and live in one of those areas. So we're looking forward to speaking with you guys in the breakout rooms later.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Courtney. All right, and we're back to Laura with Grass to tell a little bit about what she's got going on in her breakout room. Laura?
Hi, I will just be there to answer any questions that you have about the financial aid process. A lot of people have questions about special circumstances, whether it's an unusual financial situation that a lot of us find ourselves in now, or just a change in your family makeup that can cause sort of a different situation, and some of those are unique. So I'm there to help with anything in the process. Thank you.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Laura. All right, next we have Rachel with Headwaters Soil and Water Conservation District. Rachel, you are up.
Hi, everyone. I am Rachel Winter. I am our education specialist with the Headwaters Soil and Water Conservation District. We serve Augusta County, Stanton, and Waynesboro, and we have a $1,000 scholarship available to a student that either attends a public, private, or homeschool, or if you're looking to attend college in one of those areas. For a student looking to pursue a degree in conservation, natural resources, environmental studies, biology, anything that's going to help preserve our natural resources. If that is you, please find me in my breakout room and I can give you further information on our scholarship.
All righty. Thanks, Rachel. All right. And next we have Sarah with the Stanton, Augusta County, and Waynesboro United Way. And I do have a question for you, Sarah. Are you also talking about the Stanton, Augusta Y at the same time?
No, sir, I am not.
Somebody else. All right. Not a problem. Not a problem. Just want to double check. So you are up. Tell us all about the goodness that you're offering there with the United Way.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so proud of all of you that are joining, that are wanting to invest in your future. And the United Way has some really great opportunities for you to invest in your community and make a difference while also boosting that college application and your resume.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks, Sarah. And now we will go with the Stanton Augusta YMCA. You're up.
Hi. Can you see me?
Oh, Sarah.
Yes, Miss Sarah.
Great.
Yeah. All right.
Hi, my name is Sarah Mendonca, and I'm representing the Stanton Augusta YMCA, specifically the new Stanton Augusta Waynesboro Tutoring Network. And I'm here to tell you about that for two reasons. Some students might be interested in serving as volunteer tutors. I know that particularly kids who are in the Honor Society need service hours, and so we are accepting volunteer tutors. But also, we are offering free academic support to students in the area in a wide variety of subjects, including higher level math and foreign language and biology and chemistry. So any students who would like some free group tutoring, all online, drop in and I will tell you how to get signed up.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you very much, Sarah. All right. Now, Rockingham Educational Foundation, you are up.
Thank you for having me. The Rockingham Educational Foundation, we award nearly 75 scholarships each year, totaling around $80,000, including one full ride scholarship. We serve all of our students who are in Rockingham County. So I know that a lot of people might be coming from the Augusta Waynesboro area, but we partner with a lot of our local businesses and organizations and have memorial scholarships and serve our students here in Rockingham County. And so if you come and visit me, we'll just talk about the application, the dates and the deadlines, and kind of what is expected when you're applying for our scholarships.
Alrighty, thanks, Katie. All right, and next we have Hannah Cash with Eastern Mennonite University. Hannah, you are up. Tell us all about EMU.
Hi, my name is Hannah Cash again. I'm a senior admissions counselor at Eastern Mennonite and an alum. We are located in Harrisonburg, Virginia, if you aren't familiar. We'll talk about admission, merit-based and departmental scholarships, and really any other questions you might have about EMU.
Alrighty, thanks, Hannah. All right, so let's get here. Now, the last thing we want to make sure, please let me know in the chat who you want to visit first. We are going to go ahead and open up our breakout rooms here in just a moment. And with that, are there any last words that anybody missed? Any last words from either Miriam or Sarah before we get going?
The only thing, Dave, that I have to say is I forgot to mention in the very beginning that we do also offer scholarships. So please join us in the breakout room.
All right, sounds great. I just wanted to make sure that we got everybody. And with that, best of luck to everybody. Hope you get connected with some great scholarship opportunities, and we will see you in a bit. All right, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you guys were able to make some good connections, and hopefully let's be able to apply for and get some really good scholarship money. So with that, I wanted to go ahead and thank everybody for being here and turn it over for our conclusion of this evening and our wrap up to Ms. Sarah Lander from DuPont Community Credit Union. Sarah, you are up.
Thank you again, Dave. I appreciate everything you've done for us this evening. Just want to thank everybody that is still here, all of our participants, our sponsors, our organizers, everybody that made this scholarship fair so successful. We couldn't have done it without you. I hope for the students and their families, you gained a lot of information this evening that will help you as you navigate the process. I did want to say one more time, we will be drawing for the iPad tomorrow morning. So hopefully one of you will get a call tomorrow morning that you now have a new iPad that you can use in your virtual learning as well as you go off to college. And the only other thing, Dave, I think I can share my screen here.
Absolutely. Give me one moment and I will turn this over so you can share your screen. Yep. There you go.
The only other thing that I wanted to say was in the event that you spoke with someone in one of the breakout sessions and maybe you forgot to write their contact information down and you're going to follow up with them or whatever, here is my email address as well as my phone number with my extension. So if for some reason you can't get in contact with whoever you spoke to, call me. I have all of the contact information and I can provide that for you. And that's just found on mydccu.com on our scholarship page. And it's at the very end of the page here. Okay. Well, thank everybody. It's been a great success. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. And you guys have a great rest of your evening. And thank you again for coming out.